Hey everyone, how's everyone doing? Coming at you live from Edisto Beach, South Carolina. I'm on family vacation. I'm a laptop, not in my usual setup, and I'm apologizing right now because it's going to be awkward, not having multiple screens, but we're going to work it out. Uh, got my usual crew here, the release number 20 board. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Hello.
Good,
Doing great.
doing great. Very talkative tonight, I see. um, So, what's been new? I've been fishing the last 2 days. I'm gonna try to fish every day. Here for 2 weeks. Enjoying it. Been out first day with my son, blowing 20 gusts to 30, and still managed to catch some nice fish. And then today was a big improvement, 15 to 25. Bit of a challenge, but still catching them. It's a good time to fish here in South Carolina. We got the mullet run happening. We got shrimp everywhere. Um, so having a good time. You guys been out fishing at all, or anyone?
I have not. I'm not. So,
You're not.
Well, we
Adam,
went.
I know you
well,
have.
Adam and I went out. We did go out with a friend of ours, Keith. Got on a. He's part of the Freedom Boat Club, and he's fished with us multiple times on our boats. And so he just wanted to give back. So he wanted us to get on a Freedom boat. And of course, those boats don't have trolling motors. So we went out to the jetties and stuck an anchor in, and threw a bunch of junk. But
Yeah, but Adam and I got out for a little bit a couple of days ago, and there were some hungry fish out there. Fishing for me too. Like for years, I just used an anchor, and it was terribly hard, right? But it made me very aware. And then I grabbed the power pole, and that helped. And then I eventually threw the trolling motor on now too. So now it's like complete night and day. I'm like, why didn't I do this forever ago? But I think it helped me with some discipline, and made me really appreciate finding, areas that I did a lot of drifting, and like I would drift with the current too. Just put the motor up, right? Like worst case scenario, I got stuck in some weeds and I would push off of it. But that's how I caught most of my fish for years.
well, Michael, the nice thing about Freedom Boat Club is that you can keep that motor down and just use it as kind of like a windsaw in the
A
sand,
drag.
right at them.
Just wedge it right in the oyster rake and
Exactly.
Speaking of that, I have a funny story for you guys. Did y'all see I posted about taking my neighbor's son fly fishing?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've done it like 3 times. It's a lot of fun. But anyway, I was going up this creek in the Wando that I've never gone further than the given point. And I'm going along, I'm playing, I'm in my whaler, going straight down the middle, thinking I'm hunky dory, 10 feet of water or whatever. Man, I ran right up on an oyster rake. Like bam. And instant stop, motor kicks up. I thought I put a giant hole in the bottom of that thing. And you know how hard I worked on that boat, like 3 years of
Yes.
hard
Yeah.
labor. I was sick. I thought I had a giant hole in it. And I was kind of like, I was kind of obsessed, worrying about it all day. And man, I got so lucky. We got back and I got back to landing and I like was like, look under like, and I was like, oh man, just a couple little tiny little scratches. Nice. But dude, you should see my lower unit. It looks like mincemeat.
I tell you what, Dave,
God,
if
it
they
didn't
don't,
bend my prop or didn't break my prop or bend the shaft or anything like that. I got so lucky.
about 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, this Christmas, I bought my wife a 16-foot Alumacraft with a 25 just for this creek back here that we live on. But you know that pond that everybody goes to?
Yeah.
It's over by Bulls Bay, the golf course. We decided that a couple times Adam and I went in that boat, and Glenn and I went in that boat. And then I took Lucky Larry, who's Larry Addicks, your buddy. I took him back there one time, and right where you and I and Adam fished, and you caught that over 20 trout, we released it. The fishing was so good that 3 years ago in the creek. Well, I turned that right corner right there to go back to that, and I forgot about that oyster rake that was right there on the corner, and I did the same thing, and Larry was sprawled out in the boat, scuffed
Poor
his
Larry.
knees up. Oh, I felt so horrible because it was such a dumb mistake. I've seen that oyster rake there 150 times.
Man, if it hasn't happened to you yet, it's just a matter of time. At least
Yeah.
here in Charleston.
Yeah.
I've been thrown against my console. I don't know how many times.
Well, Adam's boat, David, you ought to see his lower unit. It's pretty bad.
Adam, is it any worse since you've owned it?
I
not,
don't know about that.
That's not,
That was my learning boat. So.
not yet, but it's good that it's broken in.
It's just paint, right? That's what it's for.
yeah. It's just,
I have a couple of layers of bottom paint on my boat, so I usually don't hit much more than pluff mud
yeah.
when I'm trying to go through something narrow. But I think we hit like 0.6 feet of water in a really small span last week.
Wow.
And
Nice.
luckily it wasn't very wide, so we coasted through it. But it's always fun to see how low you can go. I had too much fuel in the boat. It definitely dragged us down a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't have a whole lot of other things to talk about, but I want to just go through some of our results. So we had a record month for entries, which is pretty awesome. A lot of it's due to a couple of these people shown here, Chris Osman and Jimmy Skinner, a couple of our guides. So they enter their fish for their clients. Most of them are client entries, but a few of them are for them fishing for themselves, but not many. But look at that. We have a South Carolina sweep of the top guys in the nation. Captain Crum and Jimmy Skinner, Fontaine Charters, is in second place, and Chris Osman from Fine Catch was in first. 169 fish entered in August. I mean, for August is like typically the least amount of fish caught in the nation. It bodes well for the growth of the program, and I can't imagine what it's going to be in November. I was able to enter 3 so far for September, just down here on vacation. My son, actually 2 for me and 1 for my son. Got some nice redfish. So again, I just want to shout out to Ashley, who's put together these beautiful graphics. They're so much nicer than our what we typically show is like just screenshots off the website. But the overall national leader for August was Bobby Mazzell with 54 entries. And it took 10 to make the top 10. And that was Frankie Peterson. Frankie's a guy I follow on Instagram. He's been a long time supporter. A lot of familiar names here. So I appreciate all you guys, being loyal to the program. Really, it's just, you're just doing the right thing for the right reasons, but cool to see the fact that everyone's continuing to enter fish.
It's a lot of big fish.
What's that?
That's a lot of big fish.
Yeah,
some of those guys are catching. That's really cool.
Releases. So again, I think the 4 of us are all from South Carolina. I know we're all proud of seeing South Carolina in the lead by almost a factor of 2 with 411 fish entered. I mean, that's amazing. Virginia is in second with 243, and then tailing off from there. She actually had a nice entry from New Jersey. I did actually have a guy contact me from a fishing club in New Jersey. He was worried about sheep's head, and wants us to sort of help him introduce it into their anglers in a way that's not threatening, to kind of help them get on board with the release mentality for sheep's head. And sheep's head's actually the reason we have sheep's head in the program is from some anglers out of New Jersey, actually, because, you know, as we all know, in South Carolina, at least in Charleston, there's so much sheep's head structure. It's everywhere. It's I think if everyone targeted sheep's head, it would be hard to really put a hurt on them. I mean, I guess that's probably not true, but there aren't currently enough people targeting them, I don't think, to keep it from being sustainable. However, in New Jersey, it's different. There's no regulations at all. There's no catch or creel, and there's only a limited amount of structure. So people go there, and you know, first heard from the guys up in New Jersey. They said in a couple of years they went from catching really big ones to like hardly catching a keeper, and it's because everyone sort of discovered that fishery and just cleaned them out. So that'd be cool if we can get sort of a you know, a foothold back in there and get some more New Jersey entries. So hey, Randy and I were texting a little bit today. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. If anyone has any comments, go ahead and leave them, or questions or anything like that, and we'll get to them. Okay, so our speckled trout leaderboard, number one was in the nation, Philip Malilo from I don't know what state. I'm sorry, Philip, but 8 entries for trout, and it looks like it took 2 to make the top 10. These numbers are going to go way up in the next few months, but that's pretty typical for August, I think. Our buddy Daryl, so we went fishing with Daryl, not Michael, but me and Adam and Carrie. So we know Daryl. How's it going, Daryl? I don't know if he's watching or not, but shout out to Daryl. Great guy.
Yeah, good job.
Big numbers for redfish. Redfish are definitely on the increase in popularity in the program. Bobby Mazzell, 51. It's strong. Robert Montana right on his heels with 47. And that took 10 to make the top 10. So pretty strong again for August. It's amazing. Typically, sheep's head flounder, our numbers are a little lower. We had Jillian with 2 sheep's head entered, and we had PJ and Robert with 1 each. And then for flounder, we had Jillian again with 3. That's 3 nice flounder, man. I appreciate that's really cool. And good friend of mine, Ian Pelto, had 1. And of course, Corey Mayo. Corey Mayo is our number 1 most participating angler in the nation all time. So appreciate that, Corey. And with that said, let's go to our giveaway. So give me a second, you guys. Talk about something interesting while I get my sheet pulled up. Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I have something interesting to say. Greg Sample with Slick Lures just sent me a confirmation for an order, so he's re-upped with us for a year.
Great.
So that's like another, I don't know, I think it was like 35 or 40 packages of soft baits from Slick Lure. So he'll be back on board for a year. And
That's
then
awesome.
The opening, David, our opening for Released Over 20.
Yeah.
With the music and everything that's on there, and then I see Adam catch a fish. It reminds me of Where the Crawdads Sing, the movie. He did a really good job, Adam, by the way. But
Yeah, for sure.
I thought you said it makes you mad every time you see Adam catching the fish.
Well, I mean, it just kind of irked me a little bit. I wasn't able to go.
On his boat. He owned the boat.
I know. I gave him. It was my boat at the time. I just told Adam to take it. But it's
really
a great.
funny.
Yeah, Joseph Call. He's Get Hooked, I think, is on YouTube. Shout out to our video intro creator.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Hold on a second. Oh boy. Here we go. Told you it's going to be awkward.
While we go through the awkward, I've been out with Adam a few times here and there, and something with his hook sets. He doesn't miss a lot of fish once they hit. I got a couple on video, and I watched. It's literally he moves his rod and it just keeps bending like almost every time.
It's non-existent, Michael. He doesn't have a hook set. He just starts spinning faster. Right? Am I right?
It's one of those things. I couldn't really explain it. I just
Your hook
react.
set's like a circle hook. You just start reeling.
Yeah, it's been I don't know. We've been fishing together for 4 years or better now, and used to, because I was doing videos at the time, and used to I'd be like, Adam, I have to know when you're on so I can spin the camera around, because he would never say anything. I would just hear a splash in the back of the boat and know that he's on.
Dude, it's bad luck. You got to
Oh,
land
that's
it.
the silent assassin.
Exactly.
I want to hook up, tell you I'm hooked up, and then lose the fish.
Oh yeah. Well, I always make sure that gets on the videos.
It's Stay Hooked, by the way, is Joseph, our video
Stay
intro.
Hooked, okay.
His channel's called Stay Hooked.
He's a really knowledgeable. I think didn't he go to school for marine biology and decided he just loved fishing so much he wanted to fish?
Yeah, he was at Clemson, and he decided that he wanted to just do like outdoors and nature stuff closer to Charleston. So,
But he's really talented, so be somebody to follow.
Awesome. All right. So, Carrie, giveaway. So this is our captain's giveaway.
All right. So, David with Arctic Ice, we still got quite a few of those from, gosh, a year ago back last April, but he gave us a bunch of those things, but they're great. I love mine, but it's Arctic Ice Large Purple. We've got Carolina First Mate Incognito mosquito spray, and after the hurricanes, that's probably one of the most awesome gifts in that giveaway. Coastal Swim Baits sticker, Drum Spots hat, Drum Spots medium red heather t-shirt. And David, talk about Drum Spots a little bit and tell everybody what happened.
Yeah, so Andrew from Drum Spots has been the most generous sponsor, and he does it just without even asking. Like, it's incredible. I think 1 or 2 years he just at in early January we just got a check for $500 from him just for no reason. And recently, as you see with these T-shirts, I mean, he donated to us. It has to be $5,000 in T-shirts.
Well, it was so many that I had to go to the storage unit and help David organize them. We had to get a whole nother shelf system, but
it's staggering. And then out of the blue, like last month, I just get a ship notification, and it says hat, like singular hat, and I'm like, okay, maybe we got like 2 or 3 hats to give away. That's awesome. No, not 2 or 3 hats, like 7 boxes of hats. Literally another $5,000 value of hats.
Wasn't it 144 hats, David?
Yeah, at least. It's insane, and they're really cool. I mean, look at that. That's a quality hat with this.
It's also, I'm sorry to interrupt. It's also a $30 value.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, and I've told him this multiple times, but I want to just tell the world that how grateful we are for Andrew. If you don't follow Drum Spots on Instagram, please give him a follow at Drum Spots. Just does a ton for supporting conservation causes like ours. And, he's got that Caught Twice Tuesday. I think he features, fish that have been recaptured and sent into him. And I just one of my favorite pages. Just being very honest, it's just cool how he'll make different patterns out of different red drum spots, which is he's got the whole alphabet and every number, so he can make any kind of pattern. So anyway, shout out to Andrew at Drum Spots. Just a really, really great guy that we're real grateful for his support. I also want to talk about the coastal swim bait, that little that particular lure, and just in general, if you like to throw topwater and you haven't yet thrown the peanut topwater, which is like, it looks like a peanut, shaped like a peanut, they freaking work. It's literally the best topwater plug I've ever thrown. I'm just completely sold on it. And there's a number of different companies that make them, and they're pretty expensive, usually like over $10. But Coastal Swim Baits, they have them for like $8 or something like that. Like, so they're less expensive, same plug, just different kind of paint on them. They're great. And I bought a whole bunch because I loved them so much. I literally went and I ordered from them like 20. And I just out of curiosity, I bought one of those because I thought it looked cool, a little glide bait. And I tried it just for the first time the other day, and it's it works great. So it feels kind of heavy, but it sinks really slow. And when you pull it, it just literally swims just like a real fish, like a little brim like that. So I haven't caught anything on it yet, but I haven't really given it a fair shake. But it's pretty neat. So whoever gets that, I think you're going to like it. But give Coastal Swim Baits a look when you need to buy some topwaters, because really great value and great people, and support the small business. So anyway, wanted to do that shout out.
So that swim bait right there is about a $10 value.
Yeah. Yep. So one of you all said you were going to help me with a randomizer, right? I don't know how you want to do it, like hold up your phone or something, or do you have a way to do it? Or you just want to let me know?
There's a present thing on here.
What's that?
There's a present button on the bottom bar. Do you think that would work?
Do you want to try it? Go ahead and try it.
What's the website?
Random.org.
All right, let me hit it up here. Okay. Let's see. Present slide. Share screen.
David, it was pretty much crickets when you were asking if anybody could help you out on this part from me, wasn't it?
Dude, sorry, I saw it and I got doing something else and I forgot I didn't reply. But okay, so what's the max? One do what?
195.
Can you guys see my screen right now?
No.
No. Oh. Let me see.
Well, it's okay if we can't, because I can't see what you're looking at, and I have the sheet, so it's not like we can cheat.
No way.
Oh wait, hold on a second. There you go.
All right.
There's Adam's screen. Sorry.
Yeah, there we go. 195, right?
Yep. Roll 3 times.
Okay. Generate 1, 47. Generate 2, 113. Generate 3, 77.
All right. All right, I gotta hold on a second. What was it? 177?
It was 77.
77.
Okay, that's Captain Jimmy Skinner down here in Edisville.
Wait. Oh, yeah, it is still.
But his client is Gary Stevens. So congrats, Jimmy. Goes back to the more you enter, the better chances of winning. Jimmy, shout out to Jimmy. I don't know if he's watching, but he was watching out for my boat. He could see my boat at the marina and suggested that I switch at 180 just to make sure it's safe. I appreciate that. Okay, so here's giveaway A, and this is the main draw. Let me just check and see how many. Go ahead. Go ahead. And, I'll let Adam know how many in the main draw.
Well, giveaway 8. You're going to hear drum spots a lot. We've got a drum spot small alphanumeric T-shirt and a light blue heather. Drum spots hat. Pure Flats soft plastic. This was the last of the Pure Flats, and I gave Greg a holler, and 3 days later he's got all that back in the mail to us, and a Prime Goncho cap.
Nice package. So we have 594.
594. Okay, ready?
Yep, ready.
All right. Roll 1, 207. Can you see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah.
we can.
Okay, so do you want me to? Well, 207, 1. Roll 2, 394, and roll 3, 524.
Okay. 524. That is Bobby Mizell. He was like one of our leaders, wasn't he?
Yeah, pretty sure.
22-inch red drum.
What? You didn't know what state? What state is he?
Virginia.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta add a row here. Okay, that's giveaway A. Okay. All right.
Couple big redfish in there.
All right, here's giveaway B.
All right, we've got the Grand Strand Saltwater Anglers Association green hat, which they just gave us, I think, last month, a bunch of hats and whatnot. Released over 20 gray T-shirt in a large. Salt Strong Scented Slam Shady. Got a package of Q8 artificial soft plastics and a Drum Spots hat.
All right.
Okay, so same number, right? 594.
Yep.
Okay.
3 more rolls.
Roll 1, 15. Roll 2, 232. Roll 3, 179.
All right. 179. A lot of entries. All right. That is Captain Chris Osman, who had entered a fish for himself for just out fishing. So, congrats, Chris. And giveaway C.
Giveaway C is Marshwear Sun Mask, Drum Spots Blue T Large, Z-Man Minnow Z Fry Bologna. We say bologna in Missouri, but it's spelled bologna. Epoch Battery Mouse Pad and a koozie, Mirror 18MR, and a Mud Minnow Gator, our last Mud Minnow Gator, and this is the 1 year. This last week was the 1 year anniversary of Decatur passing away, who started Mud Minnows. So I'll probably reach out to Mud Minnow and see if they want to continue staying on with us. But thank you to Decatur. We've had a couple of years now of he's supplied us with sun masks or sun gators and all kinds of stuff. So
He was a guest on our broadcast once too, wasn't
he? He was, yeah.
Sorry about the photo of the mirror lure. That's actually a pretty cool mirror lure. It's kind of like a spotted trout pattern with a little bit of red in it, or pink. It's cool. It's a good one.
Yeah. Our friend swears by that color of Z-Man fried bologna.
Yeah.
Who, Adam?
Glenn.
Oh, well.
He's caught some big flounder on it.
Gary. Oh.
He caught a lot of flounder on it like last month. But,
I heard he did, yeah.
It was on that. But anyway, all right, ready? Roll 1, 530. Roll 2, 95. Roll 3, 512.
All right. A bunch of high numbers. 512. All right. Medell Medrano from
Wow.
Virginia. Interestingly, last month, Medell's son won.
Oh, did he really?
Yep. He's the one, remember, Carrie? He's the one that you said something about the T-shirt.
I did not realize that was his son.
That's his son, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Cam.
Yeah.
I think his name's Cam. Yeah, he's a really cool little kid.
Well, he won a T-shirt. I think it's a Drum Spots T-shirt in that last month package, and he put it on Instagram, on social media, and was talking about how he had won all that stuff. I reached out to him and I said, "Look, if that T-shirt isn't the right size, because we've got 1,000 shirts, Drum Spot. But if that T-shirt's not the right size, let me know and we'll ship you something that you can wear." Because the kid's only like 13 or something, 12.
Yeah.
Anyway, he texted me back. Messaged me back on Instagram and said, "Nope." He said the T-shirt's perfect. So I thought that was pretty cool.
But this is another kind of cool history of Medell. People seem to call him Dell, but if you follow him, he's sort of a Virginia legend for big trout. Fishes at night, but he actually won our giveaway like before we even started the nonprofit. It was just me doing it nights and weekends by myself, and I didn't know him at all. And he works for Adams Outdoor Advertising, the billboard company. I had no idea, and he reached out to me and he said he was so moved by winning and like really excited about the whole the whole movement that he himself like sort of got the billboards going in Virginia. They're still running to this day, and we had them running here in South Carolina for like a year. So we just need to sort of revisit that, and I think we can get them going back here in South Carolina. But that's how that happened. It's because Medell won one of these giveaways. So you just never know what's going to happen, So anyway, congrats to the 4 winners. I'll be sending some emails out. We already have the packages ready to go. So once we hear back with some addresses, we'll get them in the mail. So with that, let's sign off.
David, have a great vacation.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Enjoy.
for sure.
Yeah, I've needed it, so I'm trying to enjoy it to the fullest. So,
Nice.
Well,
all right, y'all. Have a good night.
good
Thanks,
night.
everyone.
Take us.